Okay, everyone. I'm back. Having a lot of technical difficulty. My phone won't load up, so I'm going to see if I can actually do it from here. I'm using my iPad. Let's see what happens. Oh. If you're watching Nessa, it'll only allow me to invite friends. I don't know. Can you pull it up and see if you can send me an invitation? Okay, so let's see. Here it is. So let's see what happens. I hit bring them on camera, add. My phone is still stuck. I don't believe this. Okay. We did it. Woo, woo, woo.
Yes,
I'm not sure. So it wouldn't let me do it on the laptop and my phone stuck. So I'm on my iPad. So here we go.
Hey, listen, that's why we always have more than one device, right? I've got
Yep.
two cell phones, so if one didn't let me do it, the other was going to. Like it was gonna happen today.
Oh yeah, my other light went off too. Hopefully my lighting is okay. So hello again. Thank you so much for bearing with us, everybody. We had a few technical difficulties. Um, but at any rate, my name is Jacqueline Kabah Harrison. Welcome to A Queen's Roundtable, episode number 17. I have a special guest with us here. And forgive me, but I'm going to say it again. I feel like a broken record today, but this A Queen's Roundtable show happens every second and fourth Sunday of the month. And I interview a different female entrepreneur every time. And we just basically just kind of talk openly about the entrepreneurial journey, and they share what's going on with them currently, tips and techniques that they have utilized to grow their business, right? And as well as grow as a person, because I'm a firm believer that entrepreneurship would teach you a lot about yourself. So you are not only growing professionally, but you're growing personally as well. So without further ado, I'm going to let her introduce herself and I'm going to share it out. So please jump in there. And also, too, ladies, any questions or comments you have, please leave them in the comments. We're going to be checking them and responding to you. Okay, so take it away.
Hello, everybody. My name is SheNesia Ewing. I am an international speaker, award-winning life coach, a published author, and the CEO of Uncovering the New You. And Uncovering the New You is a life coaching company where I provide one-on-one group or just in general workshops, conferences, host anything when it comes to transitioning or transformation. I teach women I teach women, well, I show them anyway, how to be. I transition them into being, and I show them how to become the best versions of themselves through perspective, mindset conditioning, and looking at the greater things of life. Along with that, I do a little bit of business strategy. Just helping you to see from a third eye, a candid eye about what your business may need and how to increase it and upscale it. So that's just a little bit about me.
Nice, nice. Now, tell me, where are you located, and are you primarily online, or do you do both? Do you see clients like face to face as well too?
I do see clients in virtually and one-to-one, well, face-to-face that is. And then I am located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, you're in Atlanta.
Yes, honey,
Wow.
I'm in Atlanta.
Now, were you born there?
I was not. So I'm a little bit around the world. I was originally born in Fort Knox, Kentucky. My father was in the military, and so I've been to New Jersey. Lived in North Carolina a lot of my times. I've traveled around the world, but most of my time comes from living in North Carolina, moving into Virginia, and then moving here to Georgia.
Okay. Nice. You
Hmm.
know what? I actually went to school in Georgia. I went to Clark Atlanta University.
Oh, wow. I graduated from Virginia Union University, another HBCU.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I came out in 2001. So that was
Congratulations.
actually that was my first time in Atlanta, And I stayed on a couple of years after, but then I ended up coming back to Michigan, which is originally where I'm born and raised, and that's where I am now. So,
Oh, wow.
but yeah, but I like Atlanta.
And that's it. It's Atlanta's different. I'm a very different culture. I'm still learning how to handle the culture, but it's very different. And I'm excited about what can be done here with life coaching and what I can offer. And so this is I'm going to say my second time here. Only reason why I say that is because the first time when we first moved here, I really did not get acclimated to the environment before I got deployed to with the military. I'm just returning home. Actually, matter of fact, less than 3 weeks ago, from Iraq after being gone for 400 days. And so, yeah, so I
You
have
know,
just returned.
I think I saw that video. Did you surprise your son?
I did.
Yeah,
I
okay.
did.
Yep, I saw that. Yep. So wait a minute.
I
So
did.
when did you get back?
I got back April, I want to say April 12th, maybe around April 12th, April 13th time frame.
Okay. So a little over a
Yes.
month. Well, yeah, a
Huh?
little over a month, right? Or almost a month. A
No, just
month.
close to a month. Yeah, just close to a month.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I think this is I mean, it's just it's amazing because I know I've been interacting a lot with other fellow females such as Lanita. Hey, Lanita, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Um, that are in the military, and
Ah,
it's it's like a whole nother dynamic, and I love hearing the stories, and I just think it's just so cool that like online, what I found online is you meet so many different and interesting individuals, and we can connect from all over, from everywhere. Not even
oh
just
yeah.
within the United States, but across, around the world, and be able to
Oh yeah.
connect. Isn't that cool?
I love it. I love the connection. I love just I want to say I love the authenticity, the ability to be able to see people for what they are. You know what I mean? When you first meet them. And the internet has an ability for us to be able to connect in all different types of ways. And this is one of the reasons why I guess I love so much just about being on social media. You make the best of what you want. That's in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking down, ladies, because I was just trying to share it, but it's giving me a little difficult. I'm going to try it again in a minute. But at any rate, so I'm so thrilled to have you here. And I know that you are terribly busy. And thank you so much for, like I said, joining us and being able to share your knowledge with us. So I always like to start by saying, I know you shared with us a little bit about your business, but share your why with us. Why is how did you come to start your business? Like, what was your motivation?
Well, so I had multiple motivations.
Okay.
One, so I started uncovering the new you as a all right. I don't know what happened,
Okay,
but
you're back. I don't know what happened either.
I wasn't getting a call. I was like, what happened? But I was telling you that Uncovering the New You started as a fitness company. It started as with 1 5 pound weight, one client at $35 a month. And literally over 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And it was one of those things where I saw my parents getting older. My soldiers were telling me that that I was great at what I was doing as far as training them, getting them ready for the physical fitness test. And they were like, "You really should be a trainer," and I actually did. I got my certification online. I came back to Richmond, Virginia, and I interned at Gold's Gym. And when I started, my mentor at the time, he said, "Yo, Nisi, you are just a bomb trainer. Why don't you just start your own business and get out of the gym sector?" And I was like, okay. I had no plan. I had no idea what I was doing. And so Uncovering the New You ended up failing 1, 2, 3, and 4 times because of the no plan, because of the no idea of what I was doing, just kind of training and not really understanding the idea of business. I transitioned into life coaching when, at the time, my business coach, Brittany Garth, she allowed me to be able to get to go into her life coaching school. I literally utilized my last $200 that I had. It was supposed to be my car payment or groceries that I had to pay. And I ended up paying for life coaching school. And so I became a certified life coach. And from there, it just kind of trickled into growing. And
What is going on with this? Ladies, I'm so sorry. I don't know why am I having so much trouble with the tech today?
I don't know. I was just sitting here talking, and I'm getting kicked out of the room. So I'm not sure what it is.
I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I normally never have this kind of this I don't, you
It
know what? And it's almost, I don't know. I mean, I
Don't
even turned off my
apologize.
other device.
Listen,
So
we're going to get this right. Don't apologize, right? So, and we will go over this as many times as we need to. We all know that social media is hard. Just like, listen, remember when social media crashed? When we start
oh
talking about
right.
entrepreneurship, most businesses are advertised on Facebook, on Instagram.
Mhm.
What were they going to do, right? They had to have some type of system, some type of backup. So we're going to continue this thing and get it right. And if we have to, go offline and we'll upload this thing at a later day, right? So listen, we've got many ways. We're going to take it as we go. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
No need to apologize. All right. So what I was saying was that, and I'll break it down into a little bit simpler thing. I started uncovering the new you as a fitness company. It transitioned into a life coaching company on the health and wellness side. But I later saw a need for women that were in transition, meaning that their mindsets were not prepared. If you work out or you don't know how to work out, many people fear it because they just don't know. They don't know how to maneuver. They don't know how to ask for that help. And I realized there was a break in between being able to understand where you are. And there was a lot of barriers of you getting there to where you really want it to be. And so my coach said, hey, why don't you become a transformation coach, helping women to get out of their own way and learning how to be the best versions of themselves. And sometimes we don't know how to do that. Sometimes that authenticity is harder for us to admit to ourselves than it's coming from other people. But it hits hard when it comes from other people. So that's kind of in general how I became a life coach. That's how I became, just as an entrepreneur, period.
Okay. Nice. I love it. So, and you know what? And I'm so glad and so thankful for you mentioning that you started several times,
I
right?
did 4 times.
Because of the simple fact that, the whole purpose of this, or a huge purpose of this, is to inspire others, right? To inspire
Right.
other women that may have started that one time, right? And just said,
Hmm.
"Oh, I'm just gonna throw it to the side. Maybe it's not meant to be." I want them
Right.
to be inspired, and to understand that, because, like, in today's society, I think we look online, and I've been there. You look online and you see someone that has a successful coaching or consulting business, or whatever type of business it is that they're doing, and you don't have any idea of what it took
Yeah.
for them to get there. You know what I
And we
mean? And
don't
that
look
it
either
wasn't like you
sometimes.
just, right. And it's a lot. It's not like most people, you don't just wake up and say, oh, I want to start a business, and boom, you in business and you booming, and you making six figures. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen that way. So that
Uh-huh.
was that was one of my motivations for doing this. It's just to be able to talk, openly about some of the things that we've gone through, and be able to inspire others that are, maybe having a difficult time, because we all have ups and downs, and some days
Hmm.
we feel like we're on top of the world, and other days we be like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt like that just like 2 minutes ago. I was just like, oh my God, what's going on with this? Um, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you never know how many people you are impacting, right?
Right.
Because just because you help somebody, or they got, maybe they was like, you know what, wow, that really resonated with me, I'm going to continue on tomorrow, and you
Right.
may not even know that the fact that you've
Hmm.
helped someone like that,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's so important to me. So I so appreciate your honesty and your candidness. um So, oops, and as you see, along with the tech, now my headpiece is coming loose, right? But we're gonna keep on going. So, you know what? One of my other questions I always ask is, how do you, or what sort of obstacles have you dealt with, and how, or what tools and techniques have you utilized to overcome them? Or I know some people don't like the word overcome, but what tools and techniques have you utilized to where you can effectively manage it, so where you can continue to grow your business and continue to rise?
You know what, in all honesty, every day
Mm-hmm.
is a challenge for me because
Okay.
as an entrepreneur, well, see, I don't even call myself an entrepreneur anymore. I listen to a lot of impactful people. I've had multiple business coaches that have told me different things and that I've listened to, that I kind of just sort of, try to get as much as I can, from the messages that they deliver as well. And one of them is Grant Cardone. And I listen to him and I say, and he says to me, you're not an entrepreneur because entrepreneurs are only making about maybe $24,000 a year. I am a business owner. I am leaving a legacy. I am leaving more than just, I am just more than an entrepreneur. I am leaving something behind. I'm leaving greatness. And as a business, that means I'm functioning as a business. You know what I mean? I've got multiple streams of income. I've got multiple things. And so when it comes down to saying, entrepreneur, I definitely had to change my mindset. And my mindset is now I'm no longer just that entrepreneur. I'm that business owner who wants to now have a global impact. And so I changed the way that I talk. I changed the way that I show up. Some of the things that I dealt with is the lack of consistency because a lot of people don't understand the need for coaches. I didn't either until I went through the school. I thought people would understand the need of it, but you have to educate. And I failed to go through that phase. And so one of the things that I will say is that you have to educate the people of your audience. That means that whoever may need you, you need to teach them why it's important. We have to remain coachable. We also have to remain teachable. That means, we have to be in teaching mode and in learning mode at all times. Um, and I think that's key because I missed that step. I missed that step of wanting to educate my audience and soften them to know, like, hey, listen, this is why it's important to possibly have a coach because sometimes we throw ourselves in a rabbit hole. We'll throw ourselves down and then we'll spiral down and say we can't do this anymore and we'll give up, right? We'll make an excuse really quickly. And as a business owner, when I started to change the things that I did, I started to change the things in my environment. I changed the way my outlook is. I changed everything about me. And my motto for my company is change begins with you. When you change your mindset, you change your outlook on life, everything in front of you changes. So every day I'm remaining coachable. I'm remaining willing to be educated and to educate others. Um, I'm also very, very open to just being transparent about my downfalls. Again, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I don't show up. So being consistent, being very authentic, and being very honest with my clients, that too is another thing that I had to learn how to do. I was afraid of being me in the present, and because again, I have to say that when you're a business owner, a small business owner, people expect a little bit more out of you than they would when they go to Nordstrom's or when they go to J.C. Penney. It's like they don't care about the quality, right? If you go to Target and you're getting the same clothes that you're getting out of Target that you're getting out of J.C. Penney, they're not going to look at that. They're going to look at the prices and say, all right, what's good? But if you miss one phone call, you miss one payment, one invoice, something of that nature, you're scolded like anything. Your baby sick and you say, hey, I've got to call back. I learned to be authentically me as well. I was not afraid to show up as me. Like, listen, my husband's sick, my son is sick, and we don't even have food in the house. I got to go grocery shopping. Can I reschedule? I was afraid to show up like that. And when I learned to show up authentically as me, my clients were more receiving to me and being more open as well. So there was just, again, that change begins with you factor. When you know that there's changes you have to make in your business, in your journey, then you have to make them for yourself before they affect anything else that goes on with your business or yourself. So
Wow. You know what? I'm trying to get better with not interrupting because I don't
it's
like to throw
okay.
people off, but then I'm trying to kind of remember because there was a couple of things that you had touched on. I know you talked about being coachable.
Yes.
and teaching your audience or teaching others the importance of having a coach. So I wanted you
Yes.
to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more, because maybe some people might be kind of like, I kind of understand, but maybe I don't. So elaborate a little bit more on that.
So one of the reasons why I'm going to go with coachable first is that one of the reasons why my business failed was because I knew nothing about business. Right, my background is all medical. My bachelor's degree is in biology. My
Wow.
master's is in sports and health science with a minor in exercise psychology. I have certificates to be a medical assistant. I've worked in the ER, the OR, labor and delivery. All of my background is medical. Okay, like I know nothing about business. Um, and when I say that is because I failed to want to ask for help. I'm like, okay, I can teach myself this, but I had to remember I was a homeless mom in college when you know what I mean? And I
Did
lost
you say
everything.
did you say homeless mom in
I was.
college?
I was
Okay.
a homeless pregnant mother when I was in college. And I slept in my car my last right when I was pregnant with my son. And right before right before I had him, I was able to get an apartment, graduate, do everything I needed to do, but I was recovering financially, right? And so as I was recovering financially, I was trying to feed my business, but I didn't realize, like, listen, that's called bootstrapping, and bootstrapping takes money out of your pocket just as much as it takes money out of your business, because your business cannot flourish off of $35 a month, right? You got to know your worth. You got to know your value. But then also too, it was a matter of me taking money out of my household, what that I needed. So the $35 that I was getting, I had to make a choice whether it was going to go in my house or whether it was going to go in my business, right? And so with that, it was a matter of choice. And so I did not know the balance. I did not understand the finances of how to manage my budget in my business, how to create a business plan, how to effectively implement business strategies, how to implement anything business, right? It was all over the place. So you're looking at somebody who was in a financial crisis. You're looking at somebody who was severely depressed. You're looking at somebody who had lost everything. You're sitting here looking at a new mother. You're sitting here looking at somebody who just graduated from college and didn't have any education. You're looking at somebody who's just completely brand new to the world, period. I had been covered in by college, and it was just a mess. I was a mess when I started my business, and a lot of us start our businesses out of desperation. So when I saw my coach, and she started off as a life coach, and she also opened up her business. Her testimony is so similar to mine. However, she taught us how to be a coach, but how to implement the coaching techniques and how to be open,
Okay.
and what that looked like, and how to implement them into our business. So when I say remain coachable, she taught me how to effectively implement every business strategy properly, even at your worst, even when you're
Okay.
at your lowest, and even when you have an entire family, and it was just a matter of being able to find balance, time management, resiliency, conflict management, everything, being able to become one with yourself. And so that's the reason why my business failed so many times, because I didn't have that plan. So that's remaining coachable, is that I was willing to listen to someone outside of me that was willing to give me the advice I needed to upscale my business, right? And then two, when I also means to educate, that means that as a coach, whatever I've been through, I've taken my knowledge and my understanding to now want to show somebody else how to do something. I can't just say, hey, Jacqueline, you need a coach. You're going to look at me like, why? Right? I don't know anything about coaching. So I'm always telling people about what I do, how I do it, and why. I share my testimony. I have a number of stories within my testimony, and I utilize them to, one, level up my coaching, to let you know that you're not the only one who's been through it, but let me show you how I got through it. And it was a matter of me now walking my clients and potential clients through the system, walking through the process, showing